Hello, and welcome to the Legal Environment of Business. I'm your Professor John Harvey, and here we are in week 7. So this will be a short video this week. We are working on chapters 12 and 13 in the textbook. You're going to notice some like deja vu with this because we're talking about contracts, and we're well into the contracts area. As a matter of fact, we've talked all the way through creating a contract and how to keep a contract, and then how do you get out of a contract. And then we're going to go through a bunch of that again, but in a different context. So we have these different kind of rules. We have contracts in general, and then we have like different segments of contracts. So if it's a product, that falls under the Uniform Commercial Code, or UCC, and so we actually have a chapter on that. And so the terminology is somewhat the same, the concepts are all the same. There's just some slight variations. So you're going to read through this and go, didn't we already talk about offer and acceptance? And yeah, you did. And when we're talking about UCC, the rules are a little bit different, but all the same stuff is there. So I didn't want you guys going, wait, flipping back and forth and getting lost on this. So there's also there's a different set of regulations for property. You have property, product, and then other contracts, and so you have these different kind of governing agencies or groups that have these different sections. So the UCC handles products, so we'll be covering that here. Now the other thing I want to cover is a discussion board award. So we're talking chapter 10, and this was kind of how you could get out of a contract. So I'll call the board splitting award goes to Alexander. So Alexander brought up a martial art example, and that's near and dear to my heart, so I love talking about martial arts. So wanted to give him props on that one. But all of you guys had some really creative ideas on like novation and some of those things. So the one that was cracking me up with Alexander was I think I should have given you like maybe the sinkhole award because you were like, the building falls into a sinkhole, like, well, yeah, I guess the contract's out of, has been broken now because there's no building, right? But yeah, you guys all came up with some pretty creative ones there. So that was a fun one to read. I appreciated everyone's creativity on that one. It definitely keeps this stuff interesting. So, all right, guys, like I said, short video this week. You're working on chapters 12 and 13. Things are kind of rolling along. And reach out to me if you have any questions. And all right, have a great week, guys.